Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Godma. Taking a little bit of a break from placement matches right now, and I'm going to be showing Racist in all his glory once again. He's going to be playing the Zerg Brood here on the southern end of Incineration Zone. He's going off against myself, representing the Orange Terran. So as you can see, just a casual game between racists. If I was to sort of manufacture a reason for playing this guy, we're buddies. I mean, that goes without saying, but truly I'm trying to gauge his skill level because I haven't seen him play for quite some time. Right off the bat, though, he's not making the best use of this Overlord. He should be sending that out. But his mineral count is also a little bit high. Very early spawning pool, and hopefully I see this. I haven't scouted it just yet, but I do have this area queued up, or at least I did. Yeah, I will scout that out eventually. Hopefully I can catch that before he's able to get his circlings out into the field. His scouting drone is doing its job. I'm walling off my front door with that barracks. And yeah, now finally I do see that spawning pool. Yes, this is the this is the markings of a Zerg rush. So, as you can see for yourselves, stealing racist gas not being greatly effective, but two things. I was able to see this Zergling rush coming, and secondly, I was able to stall the Zerglings with those precious seconds that it took to DPS down that refinery, so I think I should be okay as long as I have this one Marine holding the front door. He's a little bit out of position right now. Finally running him back over into place. I should also be bringing a SCV over here to repair the supply depot. I'm not doing that right now. Auto repair is rolling. Now that that SCV is in position, there's not much that these Zerglings can do. So similar to what those other Zerg players tried against me in the placement matches that I cast earlier, they're now playing from that awkward position where their macro is very weak and their Zergling rush failed. So Racist now has to dig himself out of a hole, really, to get himself back into this game. Switching to Banelings too, so he's going to see that my wall off is relatively weak and he's going to try for a Baneling bust, which is not a terrible idea actually. I am concerned, however, that his worker count is low, and it is. I've said it before, and I'll say it for this game. As Zerg, the drones are the heart of your race, and you need a lot of drones. Yeah, I think Racist, he is getting this hatchery here to try to recover from his poor start, but you can see he's only at 18 supply. I'm at 21 right now, but really the heart of the matter is that he needs to get more drones. Baneling Nest is now up and running, but I'm going to scan this too. Good timing on that scan actually, but he now is running off of 3 drones and this extractor. I don't think though he has the income to really facilitate this Baneling Nest. Placing my command center here over these destructible rocks, not a terrible idea. Sending out my first Reaper actually, getting that one Zergling kill. Oh, just finally microing this Reaper away with 10 health, running now over here to the cover of this Marine, and these Zerglings, they don't want to stray much closer to this high ground, and this Reaper is going to survive with 2 kills and 10 HP. A single Baneling now from Racist, so I don't think he plays Banelings too often, so I do have to commend him for this ambition. Actually, certainly some of you guys have noticed that I have really never used Banelings. I played one placement match back in the day when I was still learning StarCraft 2, and I was embarrassed to cast it because I manually detonated the banelings when they were out of position, and I was, as you can imagine, very much humiliated, so I didn't want to cast that for obvious reasons. But now I have these two Reapers in here going to be doing what they do against this mineral line. 2 drone kills, 3 drone kills, that's a 4th one. And I'm going to get 5 drone kills before Racist knows to pull these drones away. These Zerglings are going to come in, take off that one Reaper, and they're going to probably scratch away at that Reaper's calf muscles, as these Zerglings were running on the creep and they were getting that fat movement speed bonus. Lifting off this command center now, finally not upgrading that, so that would suggest that I'm going to try for a planetary fortress. That certainly is an option, as I do have that engineering bay out nice and early that I like to do. Not too early though. I mean, I try to get the core of my build order completed before I get my engineering bay. But there is a Zergling here from Racist, and actually very nice play from Racist, denying my command center from landing here because his Zergling is in position. So that's going to slow up my economy very much, and Racist even hanging that over my head a little bit via the chat system. Racist now also switching to Hydralisks, but I don't think this is a great decision. He doesn't have any drones here on this extractor, and he's not doesn't have any gas running over here, and as you guys know, Hydralisks are very gas heavy. You can see they cost 50 gas, 100 minerals, and Racist doesn't have anywhere near the income to try to make that happen. He's not too far from me. I mean, he's had this expansion going longer than I have. I'm just now morphing this to a planetary fortress. But I do have this mule running, being supervised by Mr. Foreman Marauder over here. 2 tech labs on my barracks. Concussive grenades have been researched, but not much else. This +1 damage upgrade is nearing completion, I should say. Racist now getting a spine crawler here to supervise his own natural expansion. 2 Hydralisks now are in play for Racist. He's not playing terribly, but I would like to see him make better use of his APM, and I'd like to see him saturate his mineral line quicker. I think he would be a much powerful player if he had a much more powerful player if he had the income to simply back himself up with. He's doing pretty well to scout around the map and create some degree of map control with all these Zerglings. Myself, I'm creating kind of a ramshackle perimeter with these supply depots. I've got a bunch of Marauders here at my front door. Actually, I would give the technology advantage to Racist because Hydralisks really melt Marauders away. Spine needles do trump grenades in StarCraft 2, so yeah, once again, Racist does have the upper hand as far as army composition. I mean, I went Marauders off of the reasoning that I scanned this Baneling nest and I assumed that he would have a lot of Banelings, and I said to myself, well, I can slow down the Banelings with concussive shells, so that was my thought process behind that. But, I mean, with only, what does he have here? He's got a total of 3 Hydralisks. Yeah, only 3 Hydralisks and a handful of Zerglings, and with that army, I don't think he would be able to break this amount of upgraded Marauders. Actually, now I'm entertaining the idea of moving out, trying to position these guys a little bit. But, yeah, as you can see, that planetary fortress is up and running. Feeling pretty secure here at my front door. I actually have a factory with a tech lab over here. I can't really tell you why I made that, but possibly I will be getting some factory units out of that. My first Banshee is coming out of this starport. I actually have a second starport with no add-on just yet, but I'm scouting around here with these Marauders and a single Marine, it looks like.